What's up, Olympia? Today we're talking about the January 13th, 2026 Olympia City Council meeting. And it was very Olympia.
Very Olympia.
Yeah.
If this is your first time joining us, Council in 10 is our attempt to recap everything that happened at last night's City Council meeting in under 10 minutes.
Yes, so if you are too busy wondering what 6-7 means, this is a show for you.
Yep, let's do it.
For the record, I'm Susan Grisham.
And I'm Josh Lynn. This is Council in 10. All right, the meeting kicked off. All council members were present, and we got right into a bunch of special recognition.
Yes, so the City Council marked 3 sort of connected recognitions focused on justice and equity. First, the council proclaimed January 19th, 2026 as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, with community leaders accepting the proclamation and urging the city to turn remembrance into action on issues like voting rights and economic inequality. And then they declared January 20th as National Day of Racial Healing, with community representatives emphasizing honest dialogue, accountability, and long-term investment in healing. The council then proclaimed January 22nd as Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy Day, which was accepted by immigrant advocates who reaffirmed Olympia's sanctuary city values and called for solidarity amid heightened federal enforcement. So across all 3 of these proclamations, speakers shared an overarching theme. Justice requires action and not words, and communities must stand together in care, accountability, and continued advocacy.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of community events related to these things that I really encourage our community to show up for. A Day of Racial Healing gathering will happen at the Olympia Center on January 17th. There will be an event honoring Dr. King at New Life Baptist Church on January 19th, and an Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy Day rally will take place at the Washington State Capitol on January 22nd.
There's also a community-driven sort of art exhibit here at City Hall, which is really cool every year. I'd encourage everyone to come down and see it. Just on the speakers, probably 6 or 7 speakers throughout the proclamations, all fantastic. I just want to say Dr. Thelma Jackson is a treasure. I just want to sit by her and have her tell me stories and teach me things.
Yeah, she just is an incredible community leader, and it's an honor to have her in council chambers every single time.
Absolutely. Then we got into public comment, just a handful of comments in chambers and 1 online, and a couple of them related to what we're going to talk about now. Other business item 6A, which is related to urban agriculture. This is a conversation they've been having for a couple years now, and finally sort of pushing it across the finish line. Urban agriculture is related to sort of the farming you can do in town, and it was really restricted before. So they're trying to open that up and make it more accessible to everyone. This ordinance, it allows urban farming essentially everywhere except an asterisk around auto uses, which is a very specific code thing. It also changes the number of animals, farm animals, you're allowed to have on your land. I think one of the council members had relayed a conversation they had with something. The current code, I have 13 acres of land but can only have 5 chickens. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So they raised that up to match the USDA animal unit, which is fascinating. It's now 1 cow per acre, approximately, depending on the cow, or 4,000 prairie dogs. You can have all the prairie dogs you can handle.
But not pocket gophers.
Not pocket gophers. They did bring that up. So those changes are really welcome. And there was also sort of a tangential piece in there addressing how many pets you can have.
Yeah,
bringing us up in line with our neighboring jurisdictions.
Yeah, so as part of this ordinance, the issue of the number of household pets needed to be addressed. And so after some extended conversation, the council agreed to keep the household pet limit at 6, which it currently is. But there was a recommendation to have either 8 or 10 to update it while removing the restrictions on the number of pet species. So they voted to move the ordinance forward for second reading, but the issue of number of pets will be addressed at a later time.
Yeah, it's something that's only kind of belongs here, so they're hitting the part that is in there, and a bigger discussion about pets and that kind of stuff later.
Yeah, so under reports, we did have 1 referral that was brought forward by Councilmember Vanderpool with support from the mayor and mayor pro tem, and this is regarding a non-discrimination ordinance. The proposal would extend protections in areas such as housing, healthcare, and public services, covering households including single parent, multi-generational, chosen, and non-monogamous families. The goal is to give residents legal tools to challenge discrimination, and staff were directed to return with a draft ordinance for consideration in the coming weeks.
Yeah, they'll basically go through the code book, and anywhere there's a protected class, this will get added.
Correct.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yes.
And Mayor Payne had a great point. He said, just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's inherently wrong.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for all of us to sort of have that approach in the world. So other items of note in reports, a couple interesting things. Councilmember Gilman, who's on the Thurston County Board of Health, just had a good meeting with them. And they were able to report a really significant reduction in fatal overdoses.
Yeah.
Which has been the focus of a lot of effort. So really good to see that happening. And they do a community survey sort of in a specific area, and they had 270 OD reversals reported because of Narcan. So,
That's
and having
incredible.
done some work around Narcan and promoting that, it's really, really cool to see.
Carry Narcan, people. It makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really does.
And then Mayor Pro Tem Wen, along with, I think, Councilmember Green,
Yes.
went to OFS to a screening of The Librarian, and the state librarian, who's apparently a celebrity, was talking about Timberland Regional Library and the sort of lists of books they have for people, and there's a banned books list, which I found very interesting, and
Yeah.
Mayor Pro Tem encouraged everyone to go out and read a banned book. My big surprise on that list, Blubber by Judy Blume. I had no idea. Probably my favorite book as a kid.
Well, and
Banned.
what Mayor Pro Tem said, she said Judy Blume was a radical lady, and I couldn't agree more. And
I had no idea.
She's a treasure.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to the city manager's report. One thing he noted is that last week on January 9th was Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And so he just gave a shout out to our police department and all the great work they do in the community.
Yeah, it's a great meeting, and we got out of there at 9:07.
Hey. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us live, you can stay tuned for the full replay of the council meeting we just discussed, or you can watch it or any of our other programming on demand anytime at oldtv3.com.
I'm going to say it every time. Download the Oldie TV app. It's the best.
It's really good.
Better than Amazon.
If you want to watch a council meeting live and in person, we're here most Tuesdays at 6 p.m. We'll save a seat for you.
And with that,
We're adjourned.
we're adjourned.